Hi guys, it's Misty. Welcome back to another card video. It is Wednesday. That means it's a new challenge at the Simon Says Stamp Wednesday Challenge. The challenge this week is called Have a Heart, and we are featuring products from My Favorite Things. I believe the stamp set came out last month, but I am in love with this stamp set. This is called Tweet Friends, and it's Stacy Yakula, I think is how you say her name. It's her one of her designs, and I love her work. She creates the cutest little characters. All right, I'm starting out on some Express It blending card, which is Copic friendly, and using my mini Misty, I stamped these guys out with the My Favorite Things black licorice hybrid ink, and I just flipped my paper around and stamped them again in case I messed up, and then I'd have an extra image to color. I stamped them 3 times with the ink. It was overkill. I could have gotten away with doing it twice, but I just went ahead and stamped them 3 times. So I'm going to list the colors that I'm using on the characters that I'm coloring here on screen, but for a list of all the colors I used for, there's another little bird and the mushrooms and things like that, I'll list all those colors over on my blog. So this is my little teal bird here, and I almost ended up not using him, but I decided to put him on the inside of the card, which worked out perfectly. I always forget to put things on the insides of the cards because I tend to leave mine blank so that, so that they're not limited to one particular occasion. Like this card, I think it could be sent to a loved one or given to a loved one. And I also think it could be given to your best friend too. Or, I think there's multiple occasions you can use this card for. So little bird went on the inside with some music notes, and I'll include a picture at the end of the video of the inside. Well, he's really cute in there. So the little girl here I'm coloring with R81, 83, and 85. And then I decided to leave her, I wanted her face and her chest, stomach area to be a different color. So I used E00 for that. And I like it. I like how it turned out. I love my little teal bird too, but I wanted this one to be a little bit different. So I left out the rest of the Copic coloring just because this video was getting a little bit on the longer side, which tends to happen when I leave in the Copic coloring. But like I've said before, I enjoy watching people Copic color. So if you don't, hopefully you fast forwarded through this part. All right, so I'm going to wrap up coloring these little darling characters. I love how these 2 colors go together so well. I created a ink blended background that I really wanted to use, which is what I started with when making this card, but it just didn't work out. So I still wanted to use those colors. You'll see a little bit of it here towards the end of that ink blended background because the colors are so beautiful together. But so I had that color in mind for the little girl, and I just thought teal matched really good with this particular color. So I'm just going to add a little bit of color to the flower there, and then move on to my mushrooms. Now, I had a hard time finding the right colors for the mushroom, but here is when I realized that that particular mushroom, or that particular red, matched my nail polish, which reminded me that I picked this nail color because it was the Pantone's color of the year. So it's just, I don't know. It's the little things that excite me in life, but the pen reminded me of the color of the year, which reminded me of the color of my nails, and that's why I picked that color. Anyway, so the color of the mushrooms now is going to change. I don't think I put it in the video, but I'm going to list the colors that I use because this ended up being a little too light for me. I'm just taking a white gel pen and I'm going over those spots on the mushroom and then adding a little white line down the side that I always forget to do. Then I'm going to fussy cut these guys out. And I'm going to speed this up here. I wish I could fussy cut this fast. Not quite. But you got to see how adorable this little guy is. I wish I would have gotten the dies for these, but look how cute he is. I just love her design. She makes just the cutest little critters. And I'm really excited that Simon Says Stamp is selling them. They sell the Purple Onion Designs images that she also creates for, and now My Favorite Things. So I'm really excited that you can get both of those at Simon Says Stamp. All right, so this is the Stitched Square Scallop Frames die. That's a whole lot of words. This is the 4-inch square. This is the largest one. And still trying to figure out what I wanted to do for my little scene here. So I thought I was going to start out with a darker green for kind of like a grassy area, but I thought the dark green was just a little too harsh for my colors here. So I'm going to end up swapping it out for a lighter green. I had this, looked almost like a watercolor, light watercolored green cardstock, and I'm going to end up using that instead. But I'm going to do the same thing. I'll just cut it with the stitched hillside there and then run it back through with this stitched scallop square die. I'm using the Cloud Edges stencil, which is also by My Favorite Things. This is a really, really great stencil to have in your stencil collection. I love that you can have kind of different shape clouds. It doesn't have to be the same ones, but I did it a little too light. I mean, I wanted really light clouds, but this is almost too light. I had a hard time getting them to show up in my pictures when I was photographing it, but I'm having a hard time even seeing it here in the video. Yeah, I definitely should have done it darker. Oh, there's the colors I was talking about, the inspiration behind my little mauve colored girl there. I am going to end up cutting out some hearts using that background because I just love the colors. This is all the different dies that I had just for this card. I had so many different ideas. I had a hard time kind of narrowing it down to what I wanted to do. And I do that sometimes. I start going in too many different directions and I gotta reel it back in. Gotta focus on one thing. So this is Simon Says Stamp cardstock, and it was in a card kit. So I'm not sure if it's either sea glass or surf blue, but I can't tell which one it is. If anybody knows what color this is by looking at it, let me know which color it is, please. Yeah, so it's either sea glass or surf blue. Both beautiful colors. The sentiment is also from this stamp set, and I thought it was such a cute sentiment. I love it. Using the same black licorice ink. And I'm going to stamp this again. It's just habit. I always stamp things at least twice. And I'm using Bristol paper, Bristol Smooth here, because I was doing the clouds stencil. So when I'm using that, I always stamp it at least twice. Now I'm just going to glue all these layers together. I believe I had 2 or 3 white layers, and then the top layer is the blue. I'm using my handy little glue syringe here, which is perfect for dies like this. And in the syringe is the Nuvo DELUXE, I think it's Nuvo DELUXE adhesive. Works really well. I have another glue syringe for my glossy accents too, which you'll see. Never clogs, this thing. Actually, no, knock on wood. I shouldn't say never clogs, but it hasn't clogged on me yet. And I've been using it for quite a while now. I'll have a link to the Etsy store that I get it in the description below. It's from a fellow card maker. To add a little extra interest to my hillside here, I added some iced spruce distress ink just on the top edge there. It matched the green cardstock nicely. Oh, and while I'm thinking of it, I just want to say thank you to everyone who answered my question last week. I was asking which card you liked better. I made 2, a black and a pink one and a purple and a gray one, and a lot of people answered me, so I was very happy to read through your guys' comments and why you liked it, and that was fun. So thank you very much. Most of you that answered me liked the black and the pink one best. And I think I do too. The colors really stood out. The pink really stood out behind the black. And that die, that wrought iron wide border, I think it's called, it's just a really beautiful die. All right, so I'm going to pop up my little bluebird here on top of the mushroom. And of course, I'm going to overkill it with foam tape because that's just what I do. And I'm just going to pop up the top part of the mushroom, give him something to stand on. And it's my way of adding a little extra dimension to this card. The only other dimension is the frame, since I layered that up 3 or 4 times. Love adding dimension to cards. Dimension and like sparkly, like glitter. I love adding to cards. I love those little added details. So I'm going to glue down my frame first. So the square here is 4 inches, so I made my card base 4 1/4, I believe. Yes, 4.5. I can see there on the grid paper. You know, I really want to get one of those Tim Holtz glass media mats, but I'm afraid that you'll be able to see the lights in the reflection. I have my camera mounted to my ceiling, and then I have 2 softbox lights on either side of my desk, and I'm afraid you'll be able to see a big glare. But I really want one. What made me think of that is the white grid paper here. I saw Tim Holtz say in a video, I think it was this weekend at Creativation, said that the black, the glass media mat is black because it's easier on the eyes. And I've heard that with computer screens too. I have a Mac and I changed my computer screen to be black instead of white. And I'm just convincing myself that I need the mat is all I'm doing. I'm good at doing that. I'll come up with any reason that I have to have something. I'm pretty convincing. All right, well, here is where I almost ruined this whole card. I'm using the Spectrum Noir glitter pen here, and I was just adding some glitter here and there to the mushrooms, to their little noses, and to the flowers. And I don't know why I thought I should cover that whole mushroom with it, but as you can see right there, it looked awful. It was too much glitter. You could see the stroke marks. I was afraid to add more, try to smooth out the stroke marks because I didn't want to add any more glitter. But I'm gonna fix it a little bit here. I said earlier in the video that I'm gonna change the color of the mushrooms, so I'm going to just go over it with I'm going to go over it with Copic markers again, and I'm going to change the color. I'm going to do a little bit darker color, and that helps a little bit. It dulls that shiny sparkle down, which I was very happy for because I was not liking that at all. But all my I was just having a hard time with the glitter pens this night. So first, let me back up here. So I really love, there's my Distress Oxide background that I really wanted to use for this card. Love those colors together. And so I decided to use another die by My Favorite Things and cut out some adorable tiny little hearts and put it around the girl like you see in cartoons, when they're in love, they have hearts floating around them. That was kind of my idea. He's singing to her and she's got the little love hearts floating around her. But I was not loving these glitter pens. So I don't know why I picked that one back up, but I was glad I switched to, I decided just to go back to the Wink of Stella, and this happened. It was like bleeding all over the place. I've never had it do that before, but I was thinking I'd go back to the tried and true Wink of Stella, and then that happened. So then I don't know why I picked it up again. I don't know if I was trying to ruin it now at this point, but luckily I capped it and went for my third glitter pen. Third time's a charm, right? This is the Nouveau Shimmer glitter pen, and luckily there was nothing disastrous with this pen. It added nice sparkle to it, wasn't overkill, didn't leak all over the place. So yeah, I was having a rough night with the glitter pens. All right, guys, I'm hoping you will help me out. I'm still trying to reach the time requirements that YouTube put in place in order to monetize my channel. I took part in the Save the Crafty YouTuber blog hop a few months back, and that was a huge help, but I'm not quite there yet, and I'm so close. All I need you to do is watch my videos. You don't even have to watch them, just play them in the background. You can even mute them. But I would love for you guys to help me reach this goal. And when I do, because I know I will, I'm going to have a big giveaway. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet, but I'm definitely going to do something. Plus, I'm not that far away from 2,000 subscribers, so I have a lot to celebrate coming up, and I would love for you guys to help me. But I'm out of time. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. All of the supplies that I used will be listed and linked in the description below, and you can head over to my blog as well for more info. If you like this video, you know what to do. Thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell icon, all that good stuff. Thanks. Bye.